Hey, this is Jamie from Capsule Computers, and today we are reviewing NBA 2K19. This title from Visual Concepts and 2K is available now for Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Windows. At the time of the recording of this video, the game costs $59.99 US or $99.95 Australian. Like every good sports series, NBA 2K19 is out like clockwork. This year brings updates to fan-favorite modes like My Career and My Team, the next chapter in the My GM saga, and more. NBA 2K19 offers a full-blown story in the My Career mode. Players take on the role of AI, an undrafted basketball player trying to work his way into the NBA through the Chinese basketball teams and the NBA G League. The writers clearly have lofty goals with the story, embarking on a hero-like adventure of self-discovery. While the writers put up a serious attempt, NBA 2K19's story falls short. AI is an obnoxious character embodying the worst stereotypes of the entitled millennial. AI does find his way, but the whole transition feels a little unnatural and rushed. While the character-like supporting characters seem to be attempts at comic relief, they're generally way too over the top. The lone bright spot is Coach Keller, who balanced out his ridiculous outbursts with some genuinely good leader moments. My GM mode continues the story from last year's title. It's obvious this mode plays second fiddle to My Career, as the writing tends to be pretty corny and dry. It is nice to see the game trying to bring in new players, offering them a chance to establish the events of NBA 2K18 before they swing into things. Most of the writing is taken up by the play-by-play commentary. For the most part, there's a good variety of play-by-play banter that keeps things fresh. The commentary in My Career story games are a bit on the limited side, though, as cutscenes get brought up repeatedly during the play-by-play. I would have preferred to hear more of the regular play-by-play make it into these My Career games. NBA 2K19 is a thorough simulation of the basketball experience. As a player who's only followed the NBA casually off and on over the years, I was pretty overwhelmed by the game. Beside the usual quick matches and league play, NBA 2K19 offers 4 My modes. My Career and My League are probably the most accurate modes. My Career offers players a chance to create their very own character and experience the game's story mode. My League is a fancy name for the classic GM mode and is expanded further in My GM. My Team mixes collectible card games with basketball action. As a newbie to the series, I found NBA 2K19 to be extremely daunting. The tutorials are terrible. 2KU is dedicated to learning the game. There's option for practice matches, scrimmages, shoot-arounds, but no actual tutorial to teach players from scratch. The closest thing is the tutorial match that randomly reveals tooltips. In the end, learning how to play requires a mix of wading through the instruction manual and figuring things out on your own. While the game's tutorials are terrible, there are a lot of options to help lower the difficulty level a little, such as letting the AI handle playmaking and handy overlays that guides the players to the correct position according to the playbook. While the game's learning curve is still pretty high, not having to worry about calling or memorizing plays helps new players worry more about the fundamentals. Even with these handicaps, the game is still incredibly challenging. Overall, NBA 2K19 plays well. Shooting requires a decent amount of skill and the game feels very responsive. Once I got over that initial learning curve, I did enjoy shooting the ball around even though I'm still downright awful at the game. The controls feel natural and scale well for a variety of difficulty levels. The basic controls are simple enough, but serious players will have the opportunity to pull off advanced maneuvers using the Pro Stick control system. On the flip side, this means PC gamers will really need to use a controller. My League mode is the full GM experience. Gamers will get a chance to manage all the minutiae of running a team. This mode is probably the closest to a hardcore simulation of the complete NBA experience, from managing coaching staff, negotiating trades, scouting for prospects, and a little bit of actual basketball thrown in. My GM mode takes things a bit further by adding a story mode that brings the Seattle Supersonics back with a player as the GM. It's not the most newbie-friendly of modes, but it's a very thorough mode that will put basketball geeks to the test. One of the 2 headline modes, My Career, lets gamers create and improve their own player that will work their way into the NBA. Once into the pros, players will be able to negotiate their own contracts, rake in that sweet endorsement money, join their team for an NBA season, and hop online to play against other gamers from around the world. It's a whole lot of fun as it gives times for gamers to get really attached to their character and focus on a position or playstyle they really like. NBA 2K19's push for in-game currency purchases really put a damper on the fun. The game requires a lot of grinding to get stats up to a reasonable level, as everything must be purchased with in-game currency. My Team mode mixes trading card games with basketball. Players open up packs of cards with either the same gold currency from My Career or silver My Team currency. Cards can vary from current and past players, cosmetic items, playbooks, and consumable buffs. The game mode offers a mix of single-player and multiplayer content in classic 5v5 or street-style 3v3 basketball. While the trading card aspect of the game and the flexibility are a neat twist to the classic basketball game, NBA 2K19 really pushes the currency sales hard on this mode too. Every pack purchase defaults to purchasable currency, and it feels overly pushy. If gamers are desperate for a specific card and are sick of opening packs, there's also always the auction house, but of course that'll cost you too. NBA 2K19 is a gorgeous game that replicates a TV sports experience perfectly. The animations are smooth, with only the rare blocky transition when the camera zooms on players near the bench for commercial breaks and timeouts. Players are looking closer and closer to photorealistic every year, and NBA 2K19 is no different. NBA 2K19 nails the audio experience. The voice acting is excellent, and the play-by-plays are great. It's a shame my GM mode seems to be an afterthought, as there is no voice acting, just old-school text boxes. The sound effects are spot on, and NBA 2K19 offers plenty of volume options to make the game sound like the gamer's watching TV or sitting courtside. The game also has an excellent soundtrack with some big-name artists providing music. NBA 2K19 is a decent and challenging basketball game hidden behind a high learning curve and a terrible tutorial system. It seems like the developers aren't really interested in converting gamers into basketball fans, and I'm not entirely sure the developers are interested in converting casual basketball fans into gamers either. While the game offers some excellent controls and challenging gameplay, the story feels rushed and the characters are annoying. For those already into the NBA 2K franchise, this year's iteration offers a lot of content, solid gameplay, and a ton of frustrating microtransaction strategies. The game is way too pushy, forcing players to grind a lot of games or pony up money to be competitive in the marquee My Career mode. Things aren't much better in the My Team mode either. Short of some serious post-launch balancing of microtransactions, NBA 2K19 is probably firmly in the court of existing NBA 2K fans. I'm awarding NBA 2K19 6.5 capsules out of 10. If you want to read this review, be sure to check out the link in the description or in the video's card. I hope to see you soon. This is Jamie from Capsule Computers signing off. Hey YouTube, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and subscribe to Capsule Computers for more awesome videos. If you're looking for more videos to watch, check out our review of The Messenger here on the right. And if you're looking for another game to play, check out our review of World of Warcraft Battle for Azeroth here on the left.